All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to All You Can Eat Chelsea episode 229. Some of the lads will be joining very, very soon. They're just running a bit late. Don will be here. Matisse will be here. Eunice, unfortunately, can't make it today. He's actually got an important appointment that he needs to be at, so he won't be there. And Baba, I believe he's just traveling again. That's, I think, the last I think he said. He's very, very busy. Look, with Baba, we'll just take it by ear. If he's available, he's available. But yeah, now I've got my boy Javon in the building. Javon, first of all, how are you doing, my brother?
I am doing well. I am doing well on a personal level. On a footballing level, Chelsea is starting to frustrate me. And that's crazy to say because we're still unbeaten in the league. It's just can't be dropping points to Brentford, knowing that there's big games coming up. But otherwise, I'm good. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good. I'm good, man. I mean, I was just as same as you, felt frustrated after the Brentford game, but I wasn't losing my mind though, because I understood the circumstance. I understood why the lineup was why the lineup was. I understood, what we did in the first half and how we changed it up in the second half. Like I'm not losing my mind because I feel like the team is showing me enough to keep believing in them. I once again reiterate that it was frustrating, it was disappointing. We should be beating Brentford. We can't be dropping these type of points, but it's not the end of the world. That's how I look at it, man, Javon. So we're going to get into all of these details. Big up to the live chat, by the way. Thank you for each and every one of you guys that is tuned in. Smash up the like button, number one. And number two, make sure you subscribe and subscribe to everyone's channel as well. It's all in the description. Make sure you subscribe to everyone's channel. Javon, let's get stuck into this, man. And to the live chat as well, chime in with your comments. Javon, let's tackle Brentford first, and then we move towards Bayern Munich. Post-match, there was a lot of I've seen a lot of fans kind of losing faith that this squad's not good enough again. Gitten's not good enough. Tossen's not good enough. Chalaba's not good enough. That guy's not good enough. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. And I very, very distinctively remember when the transfer season was happening, when the transfer window was open, I remember everyone praising as soon as we got linked with Gittins. Yeah, Gittins. Yeah, he's gonna be this. He's gonna. Oh, Miz, are you gonna doubt the scouts now? Yeah, scouts, the same scouts that brought in Palmer, the same scouts that brought in XYZ. Oh, you're gonna talk down on Gittins. I said that. Hey, Gittins is an all right player, but I think we need more. Like we don't need more development players. But anyway, Gittins comes in, and we can see that he needs a bit of time. I've been told Tossen's improved. Come on, Miz, you're being too harsh on Tossen. I myself have said, look, Chalobah is a very good defender, and I'm very happy that we got him back last season from Crystal Palace. Javon, what do you say? Like, do you agree with some of these comments? Or yeah, all of a sudden now we're borderline not good enough. We're just, good enough to be maybe challenging for top four. That's about it. We're not really going to be doing much against Bayern Munich. Like, why this sudden, disbelief of the team all of a sudden? Like, what's your take in all of this?
Much like our reviews, it's a match reaction, and you have to kind of hear from all parties, right? Now, you asked me for my opinion. My opinion is looking at everything as a whole. It's not too bad, and it's not the best. What do I mean by that? Regarding the transfers, when you look at Joel Otto, when you look at Usugo, when you look at even Bonanote, when you look at most of the signings, there's only two signings that I was unsure about, and that's Gittins and Garnacho. And here's why. I've watched Dortmund over the years. I've actually watched when Jamie Gittins made his debut. And since he made his debut for Dortmund up to when he's at Chelsea, there was always the one question mark I have over him, which is why I didn't necessarily like the transfer is because
Yeah.
yes, he can get by people, but there's no end product. And when I mean end product, I'm not just talking about crossing or finishing. I'm talking about understanding when to make that run, understanding when
Yeah.
to spin a defender. Because there was a couple times in that first half, to take you guys back, not to give you PTSD from the horrible performance, but there was a lot of
Mm.
times where um Enzo Fernandez would put his foot on the ball and lay a pass. Because remember, Brentford played with a low block with
Yeah.
an actual five at the back. There's a couple of times where Enzo split the defense with a pass, but Gittins is not making the inside run on the defender. Or even when he
Mm.
makes that inside run on the defender, he makes it too late where the defender gets ahead of him and he's not using his pace, his quote unquote pace, which is why we brought him in, because he's fast and he can get by people. So I always had a question mark over that signing. No, signing came through
Yeah.
the door. So said, so done. Even in the first game, I remember PYS was calling out, because I don't want to say criticize. PYS was saying Gittins is a good player, but there's a lot of developing that needs to be there in the final third in his
Yeah.
finishing. And it just continued over the course of the season. Now, I get the fan base is okay, if we could get him to develop his finishing, there could be a serious player there. But we're miles away from that. And that is not what the team needs right now. So for
Mm.
me, that's why it was underwhelming. If we saw a clear improvement when Alejandro Garnacho came on, then you know what the state of that is like. And the reason why I'm not
Mm.
losing my head about that is because I know when Esteva was back, Neto will take that left hand side, because you
Yeah.
can't trust Garnacho fully, and we definitely cannot trust Gittins in these high caliber games. Some people can make an argument, oh, maybe he could feature against Bayern Munich because he played against Bayern Munich when he played in the Bundesliga. Maybe he knows
But
something.
just on that, Javon, I want to
Mm,
just quickly interject and then let you carry on again. We can't rely on Gittins in these high profile matches, as you said. We can't. It'll be Pedro Neto there. My question is, why was then a lot of people, why were people gassing Gittins' signature up when that was going on? Why couldn't majority of the people come to a consensus that, do you know what? It's an okay guy. We have to stay patient. Why did at that time everyone gas him up and now everyone is slandering him?
because they saw the comps, or whoever actually watched some of the games, they saw the good qualities he could bring when the first half of last season, when he was playing as a quote unquote winger at Dortmund. But they failed to take into consideration that the way Dortmund play is not necessarily going to translate how a player would play for us. Because
Mm.
when teams play Dortmund, it's going to be a bit more back and forth, and they're going to have a bit more space, because Dortmund does not garner the level of respect that Chelsea does on the pitch currently. Meaning that when teams play against us, they're going to play a low block. Versus when they play Dortmund, it's going to be a bit more open. So Gittins would get that space in behind to get more opportunities to go 1v1. He's not going to get that here. Here, he's going to understand, okay, I need to make a certain run at a certain time in order to get 1v1. Unless it's one of those games when we're playing the bigger teams and there's space to be exploited. When we're playing a low block, he's going to have to use his brain. When he gets
Mm.
those half seconds to take on his man 1v1, he has to do that. There was multiple times in the first half where he lines up the defender and supposed to take him on, and he doesn't. And this is not me criticizing the kid. I'm just saying he needs a lot more time for him to get to what we need right now. What we need right now, unfortunately, is probably Neto on that side until one of them between him and Garnacho decides to step up. I'm more pissed at the defending, because
Okay, talk to me.
you said you weren't losing my mind. I lost it. I lost it.
Wow.
Because logically, look at it this way, right? And live chat, tell me if you agree with me or not. We played mid to horribly that entire game. Yet somehow 94th minute, because they added on 6 minutes extra time, we find ourselves 2-1 up. I know I've seen where people are blaming Garnacho, and I'm going to be honest, I cannot blame that solely on Garnacho. The
No,
entire
yeah,
team has to hold smoke. The
of
entire
course.
team has to hold corn, because there's no way you play horribly for 90 minutes. You're still 2-1 up winning the game. It's a throw-in. Why is everybody at the near post? Why is everybody at the near post? You're telling me it's The 94th minute, 2 minutes to see out the game. Why is everybody at the bungle ball game? You know, it's a Jamaican term, meaning everybody bundle up to get the ball and not using football IQ to attack spaces or defense spaces. Why is everybody at the near post? So that's my frustration. It's 2 minutes to go. How about Reece James says, hey, make sure there's multiple people and not only one person at the back post. Because remember, it's a throw-in. So technically, the throw-in is going to be a flick on. There's no way a Brentford player was going to take the ball and control it to then take a shot. It was always going to be a flick onto the back post.
On that, Javon, I hear you. And I said it post-match as well, and live chat knows this. Our defending in that game, Javon, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't the best at all. In fact, it was one of the worst ones. But my argument to that is, Javon, we watched the game, right? We've been watching for the past 5 months at least, and how Chelsea have been better, right? You'd agree that they've been better.
Yeah, most definitely.
So we've been watching it with our eye, and we've been better. And we can also back it up with stats that our defense under Enzo Maresca has been better. I know a lot of people will say, but that was because Levi Colwill was there as well. I'm not taking nothing away. I'm not disregarding that. But Javon, isn't it not true as well that defenders like Chalobah and Tosin, they are capable of defending better? Like we've seen this, no? Or all of a sudden we're going to be like, oh no, these guys are rubbish. They can't defend. They don't know how to defend. Look at them against Brentford. Are we blatantly going to lie that these guys can't defend? Is that what we're going to do, Javon?
No. I'm not. And again, me criticizing this is not an attack on Chalobah or Tosin, even though I genuinely believe Tosin could have done better on that first goal, because I've seen him defend better on that first goal, right? So that's one where he just has to hold that criticism. But you see that second goal? Come on, man. Everybody deserves equal blame. Because even going back to what
the ball should not even be going to Carvalho. It should have been cleared way before that.
Exactly, because it's a throw-in. I get where people are talking about, oh, this guy was offside, this guy was offside. I 100% get it. But at the same time, we've gotten away with a few VAR decisions early this season, right?
Yeah.
Prevent all of that. What I'm saying is, Tosin, Chalobah, who are experienced defenders for us, and Reece James should have said, hey, before the store comes in, who's at the back post? It's a throw-in. It wasn't always going to be a flick on to the back post. And one of the shortest guy on the pitch gets to it about before anybody. Come on, man. And if you I don't know, because I recently watched back the defending because I was so furious at it. Everybody's bundled up at the far post, and there's people at the edge of the box. Why are you at the edge of the box? They're trying to score a goal. Defend that back post. The ball was always going to go to that back post. If you look how to take the throw-in was, it comes in and it was a flick on from a Brentford player. Guess where it flicked on from? Guess where it flicked on to? The back post. And which is why Robert Sanchez was so furious, because you can't blame Sanchez for any of the goals this time.
No. Right? Honestly, I don't recall when the last time I could blame Robert Sanchez. Like it's actually been a while now. I don't remember the last time when I could say, oh, you absolute MF, you screwed us in that game. So this is what I'm trying to get to, Javon, is that, as I said, disappointed, very disappointed that we didn't get the 3 points against Brentford. But I think the fan base needs to calm down until we see a prolonged case where we are consistently dropping points now, dropping points against Man United, let's say, in the weekend, not winning or doing anything against Bayern Munich, at least. If we consistently start seeing this, then we can start going, you know what? Yeah, okay, problem. Right now, I don't feel like it's a problem. Go on.
You know me. Whatever happens at Bayern Munich, which I'm expecting a win. People, by the way, people check out my new show, UCL Nights. We talk about everything Champions League football. I'm uploading the Champions League preview as we speak. It's almost done. So check out that after the fact. But you know me. Any nonsense against Manchester United this weekend, I am losing it.
It's a must win. That's a
If,
must
and I'm
win.
not even talking to us as fans,
Yeah.
I'm talking to Chelsea direct. If we go to Old Trafford again this year and we put out a scrubby performance, we draw to these lot, we make Amorim look like any sort of coach at all.
Yeah.
Listen
That
to
will
me.
be bad.
Listen to
That will be bad.
that time I'm losing it. And I
Yeah.
hear it from the other side of the fan base. I decided the fan base that's extremely critical of this team right now. I'm joining them. I'm telling you that right now. No nonsense for
No,
Manchester
but,
United.
but you know what, Javon? At that moment, you're justified because that's a game. I'm sorry. Like I see our squad now maturing. I see players like Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Cucurella, João Pedro, even Chalobah and Tosin. Like all of these players are mature. Reece James. I see these players as a mature players, almost to a level where they have veteran level of experience as well. If they are unable to beat Man United, I've got nothing to say. Let loose, everyone. Let loose. Do you know what I mean? But before we get to all of that, because we've got Bayern Munich game as well, I just want to quickly touch base on this commentary from Asher because it's a very important one. It's not that they cannot defend, but they're not better defenders individually. We saw Tossen 1v1. Very interesting point, Ashraf. And this is my take, and I'd love to hear what Javan has to say, what you guys have to say off the back of this. The way Enzo Maresca has recently, for the past 4 to 5 months, where we've been doing better, the way we defend is not based on individuality. It's not meant to be 1v1 defending. The way we've been defending, and I think the PSG final, like in the Club World Cup, is the epitome of how this structure under Enzo Maresca is really meant to look like on and off the ball. We are defending as a unit. We don't want to defend 1v1 because if that's the case, then it would be a far expansive game. We don't want to be in a situation where Tosin finds himself 1v1 against Josh King, finds himself 1v1 against Shade of Brentford. That is an error. If we look back at the Brentford one, Wesley Fofana, Javon, we need to talk about Wesley Fofana, right?
Oh, we will.
Wesley Fofana, when that ball was passed through the midfield, it cut through everyone and it released Shade. Wesley Fofana needs to track back, recover. Your whole remit, your one of your skills is you're fast. You're fast, you're meant to recover, and you're meant to make sure that Tosin isn't dragged out. And I'm going to get to Tosin. I'm not letting Tosin go, but I'm saying fundamentally what really should have happened is Fofana needs to track back with his pace and ensure Tosin is not left 1v1. Instead, my man, he's jogging as soon as the pass comes. He's like, it's behind me. Like, I can't do anything. So that's number one problem. Number two, yes, Tosin 1v1 should do a lot better. But Javon, I go back to the point that we're not designed to defend 1v1. That's not how the defensive structure is. So talk to me, bro, about this.
So I agree, but I agree fully. But here's how I look at it, right? I view it as Maresca knows that these players aren't the best, are not of elite quality individually. So that's why the defensive structure and the defensive system is what it is. No,
correct.
Which is why everybody in the chat and everybody here and all the fan base would agree that we can upgrade individually. So this is why I'm open to upgrading the defenders individually, because a better defender individually stops that goal.
Yes.
So
I agree.
This is where the point comes to with some of the fans, including myself. Why not have both? Why not have a better defender individually, yet still keeping the same structure? Isn't that the best of both worlds?
Did you want a defender in the summer window?
Yes.
Who was in your mind?
A Bastoni. That type of level. You know, I go to PSG and ask what's up with Pacho. You know, we can go back and forth on the individual, but you get what I'm trying to say. No.
Yeah, I understand.
When it comes down to that, Wesley Fofana did the same thing last year, in the sense that he's the erratic defender, And he did the same thing last year when he just came back from injury, where when he should be. I remember one time last year he was in the opposition box. And I'm saying, on a regular build-up play. It's not like we just had a corner or anything. He just drove up there. And it was frustrating to me because I'm saying, you're a defender. You can step into midfield, but why are you in attacking midfield positions? Why are you in the box? Wesley Fofana, when he just comes back from injury, tends to be extremely erratic, and it takes him a few games to get up to speed because he was getting better in the long run. You understand? So I expected this when I saw Fofana on the. When I saw the lineup, I said, okay, we're going to have moments where Fofana was erratic. This is not me defending him. This is me understanding that this was good. Something like this would happen. Now, when that ball gets played over the top, why, just like you said, why are you not sprinting back to provide an option for defending? Because if Shade sees Fofana in the box, he's probably thinking twice. You know?
Yeah.
So, and then Tosin can try and pull him out further out wide. And Tosin, you just got to do better. You just have to do better. You have to close him down faster. You have to close your legs. You have to try to make it difficult. I'm not saying foul the man in the box to give away a penalty. You just have to do better.
He's done the same thing against Josh King as well. He just shows he shows too much space. Like, and when I'm doing the watch along, I'm literally like screaming, going, Tosin, tight, stay tight, man. Don't show so much. And by showing so much, he kind of sort of stops the vision of Sanchez as well. Like Sanchez can't see what's going on because he's stopping that situation. Big up, Don.
Big up, man.
I mean, Javon, does it come a point where we start going, well, some of these critical errors by Tosin kind of makes me think now Achapong or someone else needs to play centrally? Like, are we getting to that point at all, Javon? Or we go, you know what, calm. Let's see what Tosin's about for a little. Because not that long ago, I was getting pelters from the fan base saying, Miz, you're so harsh on Tosin, man. Tosin's a far better defender. He's been so much better. He's been developing this, that, the other. And now all of a sudden, people don't trust in Tosin. So what would you say? Like, would that need to be changed down the track?
Again, kind of want to give him grace. I know after all I want to say, I want to give him grace. Like, again, that Manchester United game, I circle that every calendar. On every calendar. Yes, because we don't clearly have better. We can't say, oh, this guy's miles better. Let's put him in immediately. I'm giving him until the Manchester United game. Because, again, Bayern Munich, Champions League football. There's a reason why I put emphasis on Champions League football. This is the first time back in Champions League for these lot. I expect mentally them to be switched on because it's a level up. I expect mentally, physically, just being back in Champions League, them to be excited. So I'm expecting a better output, a better outshowing. Plus the level of opposition they're playing. It's not like it's our first game back in Champions League, or we're playing like a Europa League team in Champions League, like a Villarreal or a poor Ajax or I don't know, I don't know. You know, one of those Champions League, one of those teams that make Champions League, but not really a Champions League team. No, we're actually playing Bayern Munich. We're playing a good team. So I'm expecting a better output from these players, both defensive and attacking wise. And then Manchester United is Manchester United. So, and again, if he's not doing well, take a chance on the kid. Give Josh a shot, you know? So that's where I stand. I'm not ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater yet.
Don, first of all, big up to you, my man.
Big up, man.
Post the Brentford game, I saw a lot of mixed emotions. You know, some parts of the fan base are, this team's not good enough, squad's not good enough, never good enough, this, that, the other. All of a sudden, it's not good enough. Nothing's good enough. And then some parts of the fan base staying calm and going, look, yeah, under the circumstance, I was weary. If you remember last Tuesday, I was saying I'm a little bit weary moving into this game against Brentford because of the international breaks and because of, you know, players coming in different times. They're not having enough time to, you know, recuperate and whatnot. We saw Esteval Williams sick. We saw a few players needed rotation. I want to start things off by saying to you, Don, people are very annoyed about this defense, right? They're saying, "Oh, this defense is just not good enough." I feel like I've seen these defenders defend better. I'm not stupid. I've literally seen them defend better. What is it, Don? Like, are you at a situation where you're thinking, "Ooh, I think we might be in trouble," or are you thinking, "Nah, man, I'm sure these lads will get their heads around." Players like Wesley Fofana, you got to lift. If you don't lift, then Achapong needs to be given a chance. Tossin's getting a lot of flack. Chalobah's getting a lot of flack. Where are you sitting at with this defense?
Yeah. Well, listen, I've been realistic with my take. We know that our centre backs are squad players. Starting Tossin and Chalobah every week, bro. At a club like Chelsea, it's a howler, right? As much as I've defended them, as much as they've had many games where they've defended well, as much as Tossin helps us defensively in the box and his height helps us, and Chalobah's improved since he's been back. These are squad player level centre backs, right? Because if we had Colwell available, he would be starting, and if we had Fofana fit, he would be starting. They would be our starters like they were at the start of last season, right? And I've said many times, this season is our attack and our midfield that I'm looking at to carry us through more games, right? Last year, the defense did really well. Yeah. And I don't like this thing when people go on about Chelsea's defense. It's not our defense, right? Our right back and our left back are world-class players. Our fullbacks aren't the problem. Yeah.
Thank you. And Don, as a unit, when we got Cucurella and Reece James, along with, and I've never said this squad doesn't have flaws or this team doesn't have flaws. I've always said the centre backs are a flaw, but I've always maintained that when Cucurella, Reece James, Tossin and Chalobah, when they all four play together, we can defend better. We can definitely defend better.
100%, bro. 100%. So we've got fullbacks who lock down most wingers they come up against. Yeah, I know Cuckoo didn't have the best game defensively the other day, but he came off the bench and whatnot. He was in his offensive bag trying to just crash and go forward and whatnot. But usually we know he locks man up. So even against Olise, I'm not like Olise is a top player, but I'm not really like worried, thinking, oh my god, like he's gonna get cooked. I'm just like, okay, let's see if Olise can do a thing against Cuckoo. That's how I'm kind of looking at it, right?
Bro, I'm confident Cucurella is gonna lock him up. I'm confident, bro.
Yeah, because Olise is not that direct. He's more, he is direct in a way, but he's more.
He's just a tricky.
Yeah,
he's just tricky.
He's a trickster. Yeah, he's a trickster. He will drop his shoulder. He'll try and run past you, but Cuckoo's a pest. If he runs past him, he'll just come back quickly with his hair flying everywhere. You know what I mean? That's what he does.
His hair is crazy.
Hair flying everywhere and that, bro. Yeah. But like I've said, it's the centre backs where, like you lot have already touched up on. I was listening to you guys, right? It's the individual quality of the likes of Tossin. I know people are gonna, analyze the goal. We should do this. It should do that. But it's as simple as this, people. He's a squad player for reasons like that. That's one of the main reasons why he's a squad player, because he's not that great 1v1 against attackers. He's just not, right? You can go on all day about he can do that and he can do this. But bro, look at Thiago Silva. Yeah. Thiago Silva, it just came natural to him when he came 1v1 against attackers. He used to read the game. He would know what they're doing before they even do it. The guy's about to go that way. Silva's already read it. So he's changing that way already. Whereas Tossin's more reactive. He just backs away, and just lets them do what they want. Because again, he's not a starting level centre back for this level, right? And I know people are saying start Josh and that, but end of the day, we saw what Josh was like against Palace. Very good at breaking the line on the ball, but his ball playing ability is just not as good as Tossin's. That's the problem that we've got. If he was like Tossin on the ball, like his passing, I think he would get a lot more starts. But the build-up play is key, right? When Tossin's there, that's where I think Tossin is played a lot of the build-up, bro.
Do you know what, Don? You're so spot on. Achapong, without the ball, and I'm not saying that he can't improve with the ball. I'm sure he can, and he will. But without the ball, his defensive work is good. It's when he's been told to, command from the middle and make those passes. We've seen him make those passes and those been intercepted, and then we're in trouble. And then there's a counter attack.
Before you come in, the only way of so there's ways of problem solving internally. If you don't want to start Tossin and you want to start Josh, for example, right? The best player to play in that first phase would most likely be Lavia, right? Because Lavia will get the ball, and he will just zip it The way that Cole zips it, the way that Tosin zips it, Lavia would pick it up off Josh and zip it. So you've still got that level of build-up. But problems again, Lavia can't stay fit, right? Enzo is another one that can zip it as well. He knows how to build up. We saw him against Brentford the other day, dictating the game, controlling the game. He can find those passes in between the lines. But ideally, you want Enzo to be doing a bit of both. You don't want Enzo to just be building up and kind of just talking about.
Because he can provide up front. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, bro. There was a couple cutbacks the other day that, you know, I know Palmer is usually quite clinical. The irony of it is the goal that Palmer scored, was harder than the goal than the shot that
he missed. Because the one that he missed, I was like, it's in. We're gonna get I think, was that the third shot? Or third?
No, that would have been the equalizer before Caicedo scored.
Yeah, that would have been the goal. It would have been 2-1, bro.
Oh, that would have been 2-1. That would have been 2-1.
Yeah, that would have been 2-1. Not equalizer. Would have gone ahead. Would have gone ahead, bro. Would have gone ahead.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's things that we can do in it, but again, Lavia, bro, he can't stay fit. You see, like I can't. What game was that where we played? I can't remember the game it was. But even Gary Neville did like analysis on it. Where he just like he played the ball in a nice position for Palmer, and then Palmer just ends up. I think he ended up scoring from that situation. Yeah. It was. I can't remember what game it was last season. It was a game at the Bridge. I remember that.
I know which game you're talking. They were talking about.
Liverpool. It was Liverpool, bro. It was against Liverpool at home. I'm pretty sure it was against Liverpool at home, bro.
Yeah, you know Liverpool. I mean? Yeah, people are saying Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was against Liverpool at home. Yeah. So, boy, that's again another key player who is very, very key in what we want to do. But again, his fitness, bro. That's the problem.
I have a question for you guys, real quick. Do you think there could be a solution there where James and Chalobah start as the centre backs, and we have Gusto doing what Gusto does best? Given that Estevao is going to play on that right wing, maybe as a solution if we really can't trust Tosin.
I don't think so, man. I think the alternative to Tosin, Maresca's already shown it's probably going to be Achapong, man. I just can't see how as good as Chalobah is, and I want to talk about this because it ties in what you've just said, Javon, right? This is why I don't think Chalobah will be one of the centre backs because I think he's far suited on the right side, finding those angled passes. And this is what I want to ask, because as I said, it's going to tie into what you asked, Javon. Do you think, look, I didn't want to blame too much Maresca in that game against Brentford because, as I said, I understood the circumstance, but I think there was a couple of howlers. We're going to get to the one down the track, which is Mark Yu. We'll get to that later on. But the first howler, I have to say, I'll start with you, Javon, and then Don chime in. Wesley Fofana, I did not, but sometimes I even forget that he's our player. That's number one because I don't because he's never available, so I forget. So for me, when I saw him in the starting lineup, I was like, whoa, oh, welcome. Like I forgot about you, but yeah, that's great that you're starting. But do you think Chalobah as LCB, where he played against Brentford, and he has played LCB against Crystal Palace as well? It almost feels like he's not utterly comfortable on the left as opposed to on the right. Do you think that was a big howler from Maresca that, my man, I don't know your thought process around utilizing Wesley Fofana, who looked like he wasn't up to speed, number one. Why would you risk doing that when you have someone like Chalobah, who's a natural RCB? So Javon, do you ever see Enzo Maresca make that mistake again with Chalobah being in the LCB position?
For me, that made no sense whatsoever. Because even if you wanted to go down that route, right?
Big up, brother.
Isn't Tosin better off the left? Because remember, we have to look at our defensive structure. When we switch to a 3 at the back when we're on the ball, Tosin takes up the center. Tosin should take up the center back position anyways. Should he not? And
he should. He should. Yeah.
So I was befuddled. Yes, I can say that word now. I was befuddled.
Befuddled. I don't even think that's.
Is that a word?
It is a word. It is a word now.
In Jamaica, probably. Yeah.
I was befuddled when I saw him on the left side because we've seen what Chalobah can. We've seen the type of passes Chalobah can play with the over the top, with the punching it in the middle, with the playing it into a player that can turn on the ball from that right hand side. Why was he on the left? Why was he on the left? It made no sense structurally, and it made no sense even if it was just a regular flat back four. I was.
Let me ask you, Jay. But the only explanation, that I can think of, is that he took them lightly, bro. He took them lightly. I think he took them lightly because from time you're not even bringing your only striker that you've been banging on about. We've only got Guiu as our only striker. Yeah, Matisse, go laugh. I know you agree with me. Yeah? From time you're not bringing your only striker. Honestly, you know the optics of this are mad because one thing people need to realize, we've got brains, we don't need to just listen to what these managers tell us, bro. We've got brains. We've been watching the game long enough, and we understand our players and this team. Well, I hope you guys understand the players in the team. Tyreek George, right, against Fulham, came off the bench against Fulham, stunk out the place against Fulham, and came off the pitch after being subbed on, right? When managers sub you on and sub you off, it means you've been poor, bro. Yeah. So why did you say, oh, I needed to give this guy a little bit of confidence? We thought he did all right against Fulham. He did not do all right against Fulham. Most of his touches were loose.
Yeah.
The first goal that they scored, where it was obviously a foul for Chalobah, it was George, it was Tyreek who ended up losing the ball initially, bro. He lost the ball. His touch was off. And I was looking at a player that looked like he was about to leave Chelsea because the window was still open at that point. Yeah. He looked like he was about to leave, right? So why are you putting him in the squad up top to give him confidence in a position which ain't even his position? Yeah. I was happy with him playing up there last year when we had nobody. We had no Jackson, we had no Guiu. I said, bro, just play George up there for now and let's see what he can do. Worst comes to worst. Yeah. Play Neto on the wing, right? But you've got Guiu back, bro. He's been training. Yeah, he's been training with Sunderland as well. Yeah, up there, up north and that. He's come back. He's your only striker. You literally came out saying, oh, this was the type of game where we needed a striker like a Delap. You've got one right there. You saw how much space Delap gave João Pedro against West Ham, but you want to make the job harder for yourself. That first half, João Pedro wasn't even playing up top. The centre-backs, Collins and Pinnock and that, they were just talking to each other about the weekend, bro. What's your talking like that? Because I saw João Pedro, bro, playing left wing.
Defenders were catching up.
I saw
catching up, but he was nowhere to be seen. He was getting bored. That's the best way to put it. He was getting bored, and he kept stepping on Bonanote's toes, bro. That's what he kept doing.
But Dan, it goes back to what I said earlier in the show. It's because of that left-hand side, that scrubby, meaty left-hand side from the pits of hell, from the shadow realms, right?
Hey, everybody just calm down. Everybody just take a 2 deep breaths, okay? There's no need to stress. We have enough strikers!
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh, no.
Every single one of you. Because I told you this manager, he doesn't trust Huey. He doesn't trust him. You don't allow a player to go on loan.
I agree with you,
Sunderland.
Matisse.
You don't allow a player to go on loan to Sunderland if you trust him. No amount of PR and report and brief can change that. And the thing is, this is the thing. If you're not bringing him on against Brentford off the bench because you didn't even put him on the bench, what hope in hell do you have against Bayern Munich or Manchester United or Liverpool when we have games where we may need you? Because again, João Pedro, as I've said, he can play in the 10. And boy as hell does he look good doing it. And in fact, it's actually what he likes to do because he does like to get on the ball. He does like to get touches. So then there's nobody in the box. And then you've got off the ball movement in Gittins. It's just his off the ball movement was really sad to see. Like you could tell he was actually younger than he is on his passport. He's young. He's young. He's Madueke when he first came in. Maybe not even, I don't know. You know, that's at bare minimum at this point what he might be, right? Which is, again, it's fine. He's 20. But now Garnacho's going to have to start. And to be fair, his cameo, I was actually pretty happy with that.
It was good.
I mean,
was good.
So
this is how I phrase it, right?
I'll take that cameo.
So this is how I phrase it, right? Gittins had that left-hand side and the shadow realm. And then when Garnacho came on, he brought it to hell. We're still not at earth or heaven yet. So people let us fix it.
but you know what? I wanna touch base on something critical that Matisse said, and I think this is a really good discussion. Matisse, you mentioned Maresca probably doesn't rate Mark Yu because how the hell is he not even in the bench? Like that is insane. The brother on the final day was recalled back that, yay, you're coming back from Sunderland. He had a loan all set out. He's ready to rock and roll with Sunderland. He's looking forward to his future. He's looking to get some minutes. You brought him back, gave him all that hope. And then post-match, Maresca says, I'd like to play João Pedro in a low block just behind a striker. That's how I picture. That's what we did against Fulham. That's what we did against West Ham. Delap up front. And I'm like, brother, you're saying something, but you're doing something else. Like, what's going on? Matisse, it seems like he never wanted you to be back. And it seems like directors forced him. Bro, this is not going to be good, though. This is not going to be good.
It's almost like he rates Jackson more. It's almost like he would have trusted Jackson. You think Jackson would have been out the squad? No, his ass would have been on the bench at bare minimum. Or we could have even gone 2 up front and not have to rush our Argentine little star boy into the team. Because really, let's be real, that's another new face that Chelsea didn't need when they already had Gittins and Hato, etc. But you know what? You know what else is very interesting that you forgot to mention? Mr. Amiga Free. Amiga Free is coming in January. That's how much they trust you. They've signed a whole new ass player. That's how much he's trusted.
Yeah, but Matisse, I don't know.
I'm seeing reports he could come in January.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I honestly feel like Maresca's missus must have come to Cobham one time, and Maresca must have looked into the canteen. He looked into the canteen and he saw Gil getting closer with her. Right?
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of right now, bro.
John, he's cup tied as well. He can't even play against Lincoln.
Bro,
yeah, it's starting to make no sense, this move of Gil. It really is.
It's starting to jar me now because people are saying to me, well, clearly he's not that good. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Maresca's opinion on this guy. Because the guy,
shit. I mean, you kind of have to. I
didn't give a shit about Palmer's about Pep's opinion on Palmer. When guys were trying to call me delusional, right? I'm not saying Gil was gonna come in and light it up like Palmer. That's not what I'm saying. But listen to the point that I'm making, people. Right? When we signed Palmer, not a lot of people saw this guy, watched this guy. I was telling them, bro, I've been watching this guy from young, yeah, and even for the for Man City when he's played Carabao Cup and that. He's done well for these guys, bro. He just needs the platform. I've still got receipts on my Twitter, bro. I've said he just needs the platform. When we signed him, I was getting cooked. Oh, wow, we're gonna go sign Palmer. I said, bro, I'm happy with the signing. This guy's a baller. Yeah, he just needs the platform. And that's exactly how I feel about Gil. But we're not giving him the platform. I can sit here and say, bro, do you know what? He's coming, he's not looking great. He's looking a bit younger than, he's not looking like what I saw if we're actually seeing him playing. We're not even seeing him getting the opportunities. That's where my frustration comes from.
Yeah,
you get it. You're not even letting him build on that experience. And what's getting me annoyed about this is that we know that Barcelona like to use La Masia, bro. They've got Lopez in their team right now. They've got Yamal in their team right now. Gil is the same age group as these guys. He was playing with these guys, and he was on the verge of breaking through at Barcelona. We're treating.
By the way, how was he? How was he at that academy? Like, because I wasn't watching. Like,
he was towering. When I was watching this guy's games back, yeah. He was towering over all these kids, bro. He was. When I was watching him, I'm like, bro, that's what you call a natural striker. The movement in behind, the sharpness, the finishing, yeah, the heading in the box, the near post runs, right, and all the way up to like Barcelona B and that. He was doing well in there. And then, like I said, he scored on his debut off the bench in the Champions League for Barcelona. So when we're treating this guy, it's like we've bought this guy from Plymouth, or we've pinched this guy out of fucking Preston, right? We've got this guy from Barcelona. What are we doing? Use what you've got, yeah? I spoke about this last season, bro. Even if you didn't want Felix, you didn't want Vega and these guys, yeah? You still have to make use of them, yeah? And the way that Maresca fucked about the other day, because we could have done with that, bro. Go remind yourself, people that are chatting shit in the chat about Gil and that. Please go watch the game back against West Ham, especially that second half last season when he came off the bench, bro.
So, do you know what? I'll just quickly say one point here, and then I'll let you guys chime in. It doesn't, like, for me, when I look at Delap, and I'm not saying Gil is at Delap's level, and Delap himself isn't in a extreme supreme level or anything, but I see similarities though. I see Gil and Delap being similar-ish. This is why I don't understand why Maresca didn't even put him in the bench.
Yeah.
So that was bad.
No.
Yeah.
So weird.
So So based on last season and based on what we've seen so far, if Maresca doesn't rate you, he just doesn't rate you. You're not, but he's gonna give you pity minutes. He's gonna drop you when clearly the team has a need for you and whatnot. If he just
Why
doesn't
bring
rate
him
you.
back then, Javon? Why bring him back?
Not even that. Not even that. Bring him back because quote unquote Chelsea needed a body up front. Worst case scenario. My bigger question is because let's go down the road of Matisse, right? If that's the case, based on how João Pedro is deployed, João Pedro was never brought in as a striker. So technically, we brought in one striker over the summer.
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah.
Is that crazy to say?
Well, he in this press conference, he said Gu is a 9, and he said João Pedro can play there. When I hear can play there, I agree because he can play there. And I think in certain circumstances, he is a good 9 for us. In certain circumstances, he should play in the 10. And Palmer should play on the right, and Gusto should overlap, and we should go to that. This is why when I said we could play 2 up front, I meant we have the space to do it because João Pedro is not just a 9. But I'm moving on from the banter now because it's not even funny anymore. Like, it's not actually funny. I feel sorry for Don at this point because he rates someone. I don't rate them as highly, but I'd like to actually see them now. And we ain't seen them. And do you know what? Brentford, a back 5, you need to have that option because we clearly didn't have enough people to kind of occupy their centre backs. You know,
True.
You confuse their centre backs. You confuse them, bro.
and George, you want to give him confidence. We nearly sold him to Fulham.
That's the baffling part. Do you know what I mean?
And this is why when our window closed, and I don't know who, I think Eunice was live, and I put up my video. We failed, right? And I didn't mean the squad got worse. That part I miscommunicated. But when I said we failed, I meant the incomings is not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough to sell 10 out of 10. And then the incomings are a 6 out of 5 or 6.5. No one could really give it higher. And everyone's like, we'll take that. We're not taking that. We're not taking that. I'm sorry. Because do you know what? We're Chelsea Football Club. We can do better than that. Now, there has been UEFA restrictions and whatnot, but we can't also keep getting ourselves into problems with headquarters, whether it's PSR, this restriction, that, and then it messes up our summer. We can't keep doing this. So this needs to stop. But what's really frustrating is, once again, Maresca has the excuses. Now, I heard you guys talking about Chalobah. I'm sure you spoke about Fofana. I agree with all of that. I don't know what he was trying to cook up in that back line. I tried at the start of the watch along to be like, okay, I'm shocked. I don't get this Fofana one. I think Josh should be ahead of Fofana in the queue. Yeah. If you need height, if you need physicality, Josh has already kind of done well for himself against Mateta, against Palace. Let's be respectful here. Why is Fofana jumping the queue? Should be going in against Lincoln, really. But obviously Fofana, high wages, he needs to play, return on investment, the board. I get it. Like he does need to play football. Like this guy is stealing the living. So there's so much there that could have been better and could have been improved. But you know what? I'm still excited for Bayern. I'm still excited.
No.
Matisse, before, because we're going to get to Bayern for sure.
Yeah.
You talked about Fofana there, that we need to increase his value, this, that, the other. I want to ask you the question: Is it over? Like, we're done with Fofana? Like, it's finished.
I'm not done, but I'm not prioritizing him anymore. Like, I'm trying to prioritize Chelsea. I think Josh Achimpong, and I think he is capable of being that replacement of Fofana. What we wanted and thought Fofana would be with that high price, and what he did at Leicester in his debut season, and all of that. Because I rate Fofana. I think most people do, but we don't know what this version of Fofana is. And perfectly frankly, I don't have time to find out what this version of Fofana is right now.
No one has time.
I don't have the time or the patience to find out what this version of Fofana is, because I don't have Colwell, and we still have not addressed the left side build-up play situation, which the manager, I feel like, I get it, Badia Shield's out as well. You've got to go with Kukurea and Hato on the left side of centre-back and just do something else with the other side. You can't keep shoehorning Chalobah there. But I don't have the time to find out. You just, at this point, Lincoln City is for you. If we don't have time to find out with you, who's fit, and we don't even have anyone else like him in the squad, I certainly don't have time for you. You know what I mean? We need to start getting our ducks in a row, because I feel like some of us want to be in a title race, and some of us have already accepted, because of the business, we're not in it realistically. So we're just kind of lowering the expectation, and that's expectations. That's why a draw against Brentford can happen. it's after international break, rotated team. We've had injuries. We've got a big week ahead of us. It's as much as I'm upset with the result. It can happen. It can happen. It's early in the season. It's only 4 games in. I'm in a title mode. I'm in a
same. I'm getting counters for being in a title mode.
That's where I am as well, though. That's where I think I'm there, yeah. And like for me, the way why I'm not like being irate and smashing up the house and that, yeah, is because at the end of the day, it's game week 4, right? And that was a mistake. I think we can all acknowledge that Maresca made multiple mistakes the other day. Yeah. And he's acknowledged. He acknowledged it the other day. He actually spoke about the Gil situation and that, right? My hope as a fan, because as a fan, you have to have hope as well, blood. Yeah. My hope as a fan is that he learns from that and he starts to integrate him more into the team. And like Javon said already, like Matisse said already, the Chalobah left-hand side thing, allow it, bro. Yeah, allow it. It kills the build-up. It kills our build-up so much. You know what I mean? So it's happened now. I'm happy that he's not making these mistakes game week 28 or game week 29. It's happened quite early. So now I'm expecting you, because we pay you a lot of millions, bro. Yeah, we pay you a lot of millions. You've been in the job now for over a year. You understand things, right? I expect you now to learn from that. That's what you got to do. You got to learn from your mistakes. Do you know what I'm saying? So I expect him to now, you know, when we play Bayern, obviously we're probably going to see our strongest team in that, yeah. But at the weekend, I need to see Gil on the bench at least, bro. At least. You know what I'm saying? We need to see him on the bench at least, man.
Just to add, surely Hato can play in Trev's position as a left side centre back. I know he's not the smallest.
I was just going to say that
about him aerially, but my God, the guy is left-footed. He's Dutch. He's meant to be good on the ball, carrying, pass it. Like, can we be guided? Why?
The problem that you've got though, the problem that you've got though, yeah, is if you start Hato, that means you have to start Cuckoo, and obviously Cuckoo played what? I think he played both the games.
My thing would have been in build-up. You have Hato on the left, the same way we had Fofana on the right. And you just have a Gusto or an Achimpong. Hey, I don't even want to do these things, but hey, even an Achimpong inverted into midfield if you feel like you have to go down that route. Just because I feel like it's James, Achimpong, then Gusto for the inversion into midfield. That's the order I'd do it in, because I think Gusto is just awful like it.
So you would have started Josh on the right then?
Yeah, well, I would, because I would have gone Josh or Gusto. Now, because of the Brentford long throw, I get the whole height. So Achimpong, just go Achimpong. But yeah, it's one of those ones where, boy, I'm struggling to. People are saying just turn the switch off. All right, we're not in a title race, so just turn the switch off, and then don't judge them to these high standards that you have, and then you won't be as angry. And that is completely fair. I could do that, but I can't.
But Matisse, but that's why
I've already turned the switch on, mate. I can't turn it off.
But that's why I agree with you, and that's why I was irate. I was irate because teams that are in our title race, you're not going to play well every game. And that game that we played horribly, the excuse was, hey, international break, big week coming up. But again, people, the 94th flipping minute, we find ourselves 2-1 up. Yeah. Why is everybody at the front post? Why is everybody at the front post? Common sense dictates to you it's a throw-in. Put people at the back post. It was always going to be a flick on. And that's why I was irate, because the entire team defensively have to hold corner. Because we would have scrubby win, get away with it, performance against Bayern Munich, put Manchester United back on the sword, and we're back to winning, and we're back to running ways. And then I can be delusional, and y'all can tell me I'm talking madness. But no.
we've seen the other big teams struggle. I was
absolutely
fine. I was happy to struggle.
Absolutely.
What was it, Conte? We must suffer. Let's suffer.
Let's suffer.
yeah.
But hey, don't bring the Amram talk over here, bro.
Do you know what? Post match, just like you guys, I think some of you guys might have been angry or whatever. Like, I was disappointed. I was so disappointed, but I didn't lose my mind, and I still continued to say exactly what Matisse said, because I fully believe we're good enough to be in the title race. I'm not taking this nonsense that this squad is not good enough. The way I've looked at it, and I've said it many a times, I look at all the positives in this squad. There's a lot more positives than flaws. There are flaws. I'm not denying there isn't flaws. There are flaws. We've talked about the flaws literally 54 minutes. We didn't even talk about any of the positives, because the way I saw that match against Brentford in the second half, Cole Palmer should have scored a second one. What's his name? Tariq George was through on the right side and his shot was fluffed. He should have drilled that shot. He should have scored. Then we had a very early chance in the first half where Bonanote squared the ball inside the box for João Pedro. João Pedro should have scored that.
Neto got the ball. Neto got the ball. You know the ball that Neto got, and he took a touch.
Yeah,
and he should have scored that.
Well, that defending was mad though. That was very good defending. I can't lie.
That was very good defending. Yeah.
Very good defending.
Look, even with all of this said, we had goals. We had a lot more goals in us in that match, even though we weren't perfect. And I knew we weren't going to be perfect off the back of an international break, and there was going to be some changes. We should have won, and this is why I'm saying I'm not going to all of a sudden lose faith. I'm just not going to do that. And I still believe we're title contenders. I think Matisse believes that as well, Javon and Don as well. Like this is too early to knock us out of this. And I think this is a perfect segue now. We'll start things off with Matisse. Matisse, bro, I'm looking at the Bayern Munich team. I've been looking at it for the past couple of days. I've been looking at some of their matches. They played against Hamburger the other day. Had a lot of hamburgers. Five hamburgers they had. And people are trying to scare me, Matisse. They're going, Miz, we're going to get thumped. Look at our defense, Chalobah and Tosin against Kane and Olise and whoever else, right? And I'm going, wait a second. Why are you trying to scare me? Why are you trying to scare me? Have you seen what I got in my back pocket? Have you seen the knife I've got here? Wait a second. I've got Cole Palmer. I've got João Pedro. I've got Caicedo. I've got, Cucurella. I've got Reece James. I'm not scared. I'm looking at the Bayern Munich team. Bro, those defenders don't scare me. Bayern Munich defense doesn't scare me. I'm looking at Bayern Munich midfield. Besides Kimmich, what's his name? Pavlovic. He's okay. I've seen him play. He's all right. But our midfield should be able to take care of that midfield.
Listen, there's not a midfield in the world that I want to hear from. There's not a midfield in the world I want to hear from. So let's just bypass the midfield talks. We ain't even having that. Not when Michael Essien-esque is playing in our midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? With that strike against Brentford.
Are we scared about their defense?
That guy is top tier. No, I'm not scared about the defense either.
He's world class.
Yeah, he's unbelielievable, Caicedo. Yeah. I don't know if we did the plaudits or anything, but him.
No, we ain't got there yet.
We ain't got there. This is my thing. Like, there's certain players that are ready to be in a title race, and you can see it in the way that they're playing, the way that they lead, and I feel for them. Some people feel like, oh, you need to support the players. I'm supporting the good ones. I'm supporting the top ones because these guys deserve better. These guys like Palmer, like Caicedo, like the guys like even Enzo. I feel like these guys are title contending players. I want them to be where they need to be, and I don't want nobody dragging them down because what benefit does that have for me to make excuses for the man that are dragging them down? No, the top players are the guys that are setting the standard. You need to hit that standard. But anyway, Bayern Munich, I'm not scared. Don't scared.
Come on.
For me, bro, the winning mentality is there for every game right now, and Bayern Munich is included because yes, Harry Kane is a big problem. No mistake, no, like that's a big problem. And I would actually bring up the consideration of maybe putting Santos in midfield with Caicedo because we would usually play a Lavia in this kind of game last season. We would play a Lavia next to Caicedo. He's obviously out. And our brother.
I think it's going to be Reece James. I think Reece James. Yeah, it's going to be the same lineup like PSG.
Yeah.
With Reece James in the middle.
So the only thing that I have a problem with is Diaz versus Gusto. And Gusto's playing well at the moment, so I shouldn't have that issue. Maybe it's just some PTSD from last season, but obviously I would prefer Reece James to deal with Diaz. If I could duplicate Reece James right now, I would duplicate him because really I wouldn't start Gusto against Diaz ideally because I just don't know if he's going to get cooked or not. And I need
good defensively recently.
Yeah, he has exactly.
In his first year, he was good defensively. He still locked guys up.
Yeah, so it should be fine. But I would rather Reece James over there because he's better, and we know that Cucurella's got a tough day against Olise. But I have to trust my fullbacks because if I worry about my fullbacks, boy,
It's a long day. It's a long day after that.
It's a long day.
I
It's
have
a
to
long
worry.
day.
I have to worry. Even though
Yeah.
these centre backs were in good form, I have to worry about that centre back versus Kane situation because that is
Mhm.
a bona fide world class striker. Like that is not
Striker, yeah.
that is not a Noah FC given 4-5 chances. Copenhagen, they missed 3 of them. Chelsea,
One
0-0 at
chance,
half-time,
one
win
chance,
2-0.
2 goals. Sometimes 1 chance, 2 goals.
Brother, facts. That is a guy that if we play a single error or single nonsense, bro, he will score. He will 100% padlock us. So, but apart from that, apart from him and the fullbacks, which I have to trust and I do, everything else is free hit. It's an open game for us. I actually expect our attack to take to their defense, especially because of the space we're going to get. We've been going up against back fives. We've been going up against low blocks. We've been going up against rigid defenses. We've been going up against Hughes, keeping Palmer in the shadow realms and against Palace.
We like these teams. We like these ones.
Brother,
We
we are playing a team that are going to expect to beat us, believe they're better, have the pressure of the home supporters, and all we got to do is sit in a mid block and hit them on the break. Come.
That's the game.
I'm gonna be real.
Come.
I'm gonna be real. I hear what you're saying about the whole Lavia, Reece James midfield. I still trust Enzo and Caicedo. Because look, we're facing Maresca and we're facing Kimmich. Brother, allow it, man. Palmer
It's more Kane dropping off and playing in runners.
It's the Kane dropping off. Yeah.
And I hear it. But like Goni said, and UCL Nights, check it out for my channel, people. Little plug there. I'm a real. I fear no one in this competition. Because if I get to see Estevao, Champions League night, Caicedo, Neto, Pedro, I might cry. I'm gonna keep saying it. I might cry. Because to see that lineup against Bayern Munich, knowing well we're going to go toe-to-toe, knowing well we're going to get space in behind. Oh, at the Allianz Arena, it's going to be cinema, boys. It's going to be cinema.
And I need Caicedo to just clatter Nicholas, bro. Yeah? Nicholas, I need you to be clamped. Yeah?
Bro.
I'm telling you, bro, these man for that game.
He does need to be clattered. He does need to be clattered, bro.
I need him to be clamped, bro, in this game. I know it's gonna hurt Matisse when that happens, yeah, but bro, I need him to be dealt with in this game, innit? Because he's gonna come with a vengeance.
Oh no, hurt me, brother, hurt him. What do you mean hurt me? Oh no. When the window's shut, it was that was it. We're enemies in this match.
Oh, so it's lawyer no more, yeah?
Well, I'm not his lawyer. I'm just saying he should have been. I'm just saying he should have been replaced. Like I said, this was never really about him.
He's the lawyer against him now.
I get we can't trust him to finish and head. It's the fact that we haven't replaced him that makes me angry. But in terms of this game, boy, he can't even get a sniff.
Yeah.
He cannot get a sniff. But he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. Best believe. So if he does come on and the game's tight. And Kane, I don't know why he'd come on because I've not even watched him, come on in a circumstance where they need a goal. It would probably be because we're losing and they feel like Kane is no longer needed. So I'm not trying to see that. If they do bring him on, and I don't know, maybe they go to Kane behind or whatever, he will be playing with a chip on his shoulder. He cannot score. He cannot.
You know what? Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this game, man, because like we're walking into the unknown for a lot of these guys, bro. Right? A lot of these guys have never played Champions League football before. Like, it's funny because in this team, Enzo's played for us in the Champions League. So has Cucurella. Yeah. Obviously, Reece has won it.
James.
Yeah. And Chalobah. They're the only ones in this squad that have actually played Champions League with us. Now, does it mean that I think Neto and Caicedo and that won't be able to handle it? Of course not. I think they will, right? But I'm looking at the mentality more than anything. This is the first game back in the Champions League, away from home, yeah, in a hostile environment, bro, a hostile stadium, right? Yeah. How are you guys going to deal with it? Because we haven't seen great performances yet. I know the last best performance we saw was probably like AC Milan, Leverkusen. We played really well in those games, and then we've come back and we've just been, not even really getting out of gear too. So, yes, like you lot have already said, these are the sort of teams that we like to play with space that we can exploit. Where we can play our football. I can definitely see us dominating that midfield. But if I'm seeing Bayern Munich dominating the midfield and, they're peppering the goal, then I know mentally that these guys are not on it. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're letting these guys have all these chances and that, and you're not looking good defensively like we have been as a unit, I know mentally they're not on it, bro. So that's one of the main things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the mentality going into this game. That's going to be massive to win it. Forget about the quality. These guys need to go in there and believe that they're going to beat every single person.
So here's my question: Do you guys see a change in the lineup to what we had in the final against PSG? I know we don't have Cole, but could we see Palmer coming off the right, Neto after 10, Joao Pedro up front, and Reece James in midfield to partner Enzo and Caicedo and then Gusto?
100%. I'd be shocked if Estevao Willian starts this. Like, I'd love it. But I think he's going to come off the bench and inject that energy and that pace when players are a little bit tired. And if it gets to that level where we need a goal, I fully expect us to play exactly the way we played PSG, because Bayern at home, they want to satisfy their crowd. They want to be on it. But the question I want to ask you guys, and I know the game's not played on paper, because I see a lot of Chelsea fans disregarding Chelsea in this game. I get it. Bayern Munich are the favourites at their home ground, and they've got the heritage. They're fully disregarding Chelsea, like as if we're just some pathetic, like, nonsense club. If you look at it on paper, and I know the game's not played on paper, man to man, Don, I'll start with you. Bro, man to man, is the gulf between Chelsea and Bayern so big? Like, I think it's a fair game, this one, bro.
Can you bring up their lineup? Bring up their lineup for the last game, bro. Just go on.
The one against Hamburger. The one against Hamburger.
Yeah. I brought it up on Blue Diaries yesterday. Just go on SofaScore. Go on SofaScore. You'll see it. Yeah, you see the 43-1 that they play. They've got like Upamecano.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot more to humble us. I'll tell you that. It's going to take a lot more than the draw against Brentford. I'm trying to win this game.
100%, bro. Yeah,
me too.
I'm trying to win this game.
I'm looking at a win. I'm going 3 points.
Lineup, yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were playing. Like Nabry in the 10. Yeah, Nabry in the 10. Pavlovic in the pivot of Kimmich. Tarn, Upamecano, Lima, Stanisic, Diaz.
Lima's getting cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, bro, that midfield.
Who's Stanisic? Who's Stanisic?
Hey, you see this laminate?
It's Spanish, man.
Bruv, what's this laminate, brother? Cook this brother here. This brother here.
Lima's a senior by trade.
I know. Because he's from Leipzig. He's from Leipzig. Listen, I don't care who's on that left-hand side. If it's Neto, if it's Garnacho, it can't be Gittins.
It's familiar settings for Gittins, though. It's familiar settings.
I know. But do you know what with Gittins, yeah? I'm trying to protect him because you see Gittins, you see the price? I said it when we signed it. That price is not good for him. Because that price, it says that he should be doing something immediately, and he ain't. So he needs to play against Lincoln City and Statpad and go into the background.
Matisse, do you remember your comment section on that video? How much people were giving it to you that, now you don't believe in Gittins, you don't believe in our scouts. Our scouts have done so good. Like, I got pelters when I said, look, Gittins is all right, but we really shouldn't be going for a player like Gittins. But all of a sudden, now everyone hates Gittins. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. The funny thing is the scouts. Like I said, you need to keep an eye on these brothers at all times. If you stay vigilant, because people get a little bit too excited without players actually have played for. Let the players play before you give them their plaudits. Man are getting new contracts. We didn't win the Premier League or Champions League. Lower the weapon, okay, fine, no problem. Good start to the window, but don't go completely overboard. That's the problem. There's no gray area in conversation. It's always one extreme to the next, and that's the problem.
A big reason why we're even here is because a certain someone got injected with cow stem cells. You know, that certain someone should still be here. Yeah? I'm sorry. I don't know if he's talking about that situation because it jars me in it, but he got done. Yeah, and we need to go sue that federation.
We need to. Absolutely.
We're a partner. We're suing him. But back to the Bayern Munich. You see that? If you see that back line, Stanisic can be okay, but I'm expecting Palmer to kick him. But you see, if Neto, this is the one game I want you to take on your man. You need to rip this brother Lima apart. He's not good defensively. He's good at playing out from the back.
Javon, is he even a right back?
No, he's a defensive midfielder by trade.
Yeah,
bro. It's like Mateus Nunes for City playing at right back. The exact copy and
it's
paste.
in our position. You're looking at Upamecano, bro. Bozo, yeah. I don't rate this guy. I don't rate this guy. Bozo. Pedro should be licking his lips, bro. Pedro should be licking his lips.
Big bozo.
Listen, Atar, he's been getting pelters this season. I
don't rate him highly.
I can't really comment on him.
I don't rate him either.
I watched a single Bayern game in it, but a lot of people that watched him have been cooking in this season, yeah. And then that midfield, we should be dominating that, bro. They played Nabry in the 10, yeah. No, last time I checked, this guy was a winger, right?
Yeah.
And then Olise, Diaz, like, bro, Olise and Diaz, these bro, that front three there are Premier League players. So our players know them. You know what I'm saying? Our players know these guys, bro. They're familiar with them. You know what I mean? So I'm not scared. I'm not scared of the lineup, bro.
Yo, you know what should be cooking this team though?
It's literally just the front three.
This is what I mean.
It's just the front three.
This is what I mean.
That front three is elite. Elite.
Yeah.
It's elite, right? It's a world-class front three. Diaz is not world-class, but it's a world-class front three. The back six, if we do not take that back six and beat them blindly, bro,
that's what I mean.
Listen, I'm trying to see goals. I'm trying to see goals because if this was the other way around, it would be okay. Maybe Chelsea are gonna have to go up against a low block Bayern, and maybe these defenders are just gonna be. Remember when Dom was saying it's not the individuals, it's the collective. Maybe they could they could put up a good defensive performance as a collective. If we've got them defending space and we've got them defending in isolation, each and every single one of them, right?
We kill them. We
should be killing. We should be taking something out of here. So 100%. When people are talking about getting slapped up, I'm sorry. Even if we can see 2 goals, I'm expecting us to send 2 goals their way. I'm absolutely expecting to be,
because they're not going to play with a low block. They're not going to sit back.
We have our fullbacks are in a different stratosphere to their fullbacks. Our centre backs on their worst day are alongside their centre backs, and on their best day, as we've seen, they can put in a serious performance. Obviously, Brentford was poor. I'm putting that away to the side now. We know that Tosin and Chalobah can put in a strong performance. So it's not 100%. Like it's it. And 100%. Then the rest of the team, boy, the midfield, come on.
100%.
Do you know what? Just quickly, what Matisse just said. I just had an epiphany. Like I had a vision in my head. Bro, I can picture João Pedro just off the cusp of the box where Upamecano and Jonathan Tah are having a bozo moment. I can picture João Pedro curling one just beyond Neuer. I can seriously, much like that match against Fluminense. Like that match against Fluminense.
100%, bro. 100%, bro. The problems that people are looking at with Kane, these men will be looking at it with João Pedro, bro. Best believe. Yeah. They're speaking right now. Crazy. They're talking on their panels right now.
What?
What's going on?
Whoa, that was brilliant.
That was German, bro. That was actually German. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Was that actually German?
Yeah, he went even.
I used to do German in school, but I just spoke
You're
gibberish.
A baller, bro.
I just spoke gibberish there, but I was actually German, yeah. But that's what they'll be doing on their pods. João Pedro, bro. They'll be talking about him and talking about how much of a threat he is. It's the same way we're scared of Kane. Well, some people are scared of Kane. They'll be scared of João Pedro, bruv. They'll be scared of Palmer.
They have to. They have to be.
Scared of Caicedo, bruv. You know what I mean? So let's not just look at other teams and just be scared of them. We've got fucking scary players ourselves. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I love it, bro.
Do you know what? For me, the bigger the game, the more confidence sometimes, because it's like this is the type of game we relish. This is the type of game that we love. The type of game where Chelsea, historically and recently even, are not respected or are underdogs, or everybody's watching expecting a battering and a beatdown. And that is sometimes my favorite scenario to go into, because it's not a free hit. It's not like we have nothing to lose, because there is actually expectation to come into this game and get a result for me. But I love that. That is Chelsea. We can be the new age, play this way out the back and whatnot. Cool. Like I said, I don't really discriminate against any style of football. I like winning football. I like people being adaptable to the situation. But these are Chelsea's on record. These are the best games for Chelsea. Like, as a fan,
I love it. Yes.
This is our home. When we go to these grounds, like the Allianz Arena, Champions League final,
it's our home ground.
No chance. They've got no chance of beating Bayern on their back in their backyard.
Yeah.
Germans don't lose on penalties. There's no chance they're going to Camp Nou with Pep. And I know people say, well, it's not the same as it was when it's Roman beat PSG. Same situation. Like we haven't seen this Chelsea up against enough top teams in Europe because we've been pissing around in Conference League. So I can't wait for games like this. I'm not expecting a Frank Lampard 5-0 fist up. I'm not expecting against Bayern Munich. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting be competitive, be in the game, and absolutely you can nick it. Absolutely you can win it. So sometimes on paper, yes, the bigger games look harder, but they're also games where we get to be the team that just sit off, frustrate, and play into space. And these all these players can play into space.
Yeah. Do you know what? You remember on last episode, I said I kind of put the atmosphere out there. But actually having look at that Bayern Munich midfield on paper, dare I say this is where our midfield stat pad, deep it real quick. Caicedo is miles better than anyone in the middle of that park. And I'm not having it.
Yeah.
Enzo
Hands down.
on the ball, miles better than anyone in the middle of that park. And I'm not having it. And Palmer to Gnabry in the 10. Come on. This could be the game where I know I said it. This is the first Champions League game, and these guys need to show up and show up. But this might be an easy midfield, considering the level of the name that the other midfield are playing for. What I'm saying is, Caicedo, you can stat pad with tackles because it's gonna be easy for you. Because you're gonna physicality. I'm taking Caicedo. IQ and tackling. I'm taking Caicedo. Passing. I'm taking Enzo. 10 play. Drifting between right wing and the number 10, I'm taking Cole Palmer. So what are we doing here? Go, show up, and stat pad against this Bayern Munich midfield, and you look better than what it actually is. Because I don't think that Bayern Munich midfield can.
The only thing I'm going to add in this midfield, if Enzo Fernandez is struggling at any moment, hooked.
Yes.
Because Santos is right there, and this is the kind of game that suits someone like Santos for me. This is the kind of game where you do need that mobility, and I know Enzo covers ground, and he just doesn't cover it with the same intensity as others, right? So that's the problem. But he covers the ground.
But he played all right against Brentford.
He did absolutely
very well.
It's been a bit of a mixed start to the season for him.
Yeah.
As to where I like Caicedo, there is no mixed. There is just. And that's what
nines.
Yeah, we haven't had that from Enzo. Enzo is very mixed. One half better than the other. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Because he hasn't started the season like a house on fire. If he starts this game and for any reason he's not up to it, I'm afraid anyone can get hooked. I don't care if you're the captain. I don't care if you're the vice. I need my midfield to do what they absolutely must and should do in this game.
You know,
we cannot lose that midfield battle. If we lose that midfield battle, I'll be shocked.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying. I'm shocked. But that's why I said earlier that if we do lose the midfield battle, it will be a mentality thing for me, right? It will be probably Enzo giving the ball away, Caicedo.
Bro, I'm angry. I'm angry then. I'm losing all faith on my team then. I'd be like, how'd you lose to that midfield, bro? No way.
100%. But let's remember, bro. Enzo, I can't lie. Enzo is a Champions League night type of player, bro. Right? We saw him against Dortmund for us, for Chelsea, bro. We saw him against Madrid. I thought he actually did all right against Madrid as well when we played them. Yeah. Dortmund home and away. Jude did nothing against us, bro. Enzo played well. Yeah. There's certain man I just look at. Enzo, Esteval, Caicedo, Palmer. These guys are just made for Champions Leagues, bro. They're just made for Champions League nights. So I'm not really concerned. I think he'll actually have a good game. Especially how he played the other day as well. I think that will give him a little bit more confidence. He's had a little bit more fit, like training. He seems a bit sharper the other day. He didn't go away to Argentina.
Yeah. I think he's chasing fitness. He's chasing fitness, and once he gets there, I want to see how he plays in UCL football. Because, like you said, Dan, he's a UCL night type of player. I'm just saying, with that midfield, he's going to have the space to do what he does best. And I'm not saying he cannot have a bad night, like Mati said, because he didn't start the campaign on fire. I'm just expecting more from him.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you know what? Two things that I want to say, right? Before we do the super chats. One is in the Premier League, like there is a lot more harder games, bro. We don't get the hamburgers and we don't get these other like we should be battle hardened. Like the matches that we've had compared to what the matches that Bayern Munich has had, we should be in terms of like, what do you call it?
Intensity, fitness,
intensity of the environment. Like we should be more equipped to that.
At
like,
it. Yeah, we should be more at it.
Yeah, we
More
should be more
prepared,
at it because we're more prepared. That's the word that I'm looking like. We are coming up against teams on a regular basis in the Premier League that are damn strong. Like whether it's the 15th, 16th, whatever, they're all good. Whereas Bayern Munich are not coming up against that type of intensity. And the other factor that I want to say, I hope Bayern Munich take they are complacent about us. I hope they look at us and go, oh, they're coming to the Allianz Arena, man. We're gonna take care of them. I want, because we relish when the opposition takes us lightly. Because PSG thought at the Club World Cup final they were just going to rock up and they were going to win. All the journalists were talking about it. Yeah, PSG, European champions, they're going to win this easy. I hope Bayern Munich looks at us and go, yeah, we've got the heritage. We're Bayern Munich. We're just going to walk all over Chelsea. Because I'll tell you this much. I'll be shocked if Chelsea actually don't get something out of this match. And by something, I really mean a win. I'll actually be shocked if we lose. If we lose, I'm actually going to be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone else is different.
What's your prediction?
If we lose 2-1 to Bayern Munich in Germany, it doesn't matter what version of Chelsea on paper we have. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's a disgrace to Red Hair's hair. Unless the performance is just absolutely awful, right? Especially to the degrees of the first half against Brentford. However, like I said, I ain't expecting to come out here tomorrow night with no points. I'm really not. I'm expecting to come leave with something. Now, I would like a win. Absolutely. And I think we're capable of a win. If we get a draw, that's very respectable. And we keep it stepping to Man United. Because one thing we can't do is kill ourselves in this game. Because we have to win against Manchester United. We have to. You know, remember, that's a must. So this is the thing. Because we're all winners, we just want to win every game. But this is also a league phase, Champions League. And it's a long league phase, and we're gonna go through, right? I have no doubts we're gonna beat Benfica at home, or we're gonna beat Ajax, and when we need to unpack Fofana or whoever, right?
Yeah, but
so
we're going one of the big boys is massive, though.
It's a statement, and we need to make a statement completely. But there's two statements we need to make: this statement and the statement on the weekend. And I would argue the statement on the weekend is slightly more important.
It's definitely more important. That's United. Don't blame me.
Let me tell you now.
Put the marker down, bro. Put the marker down.
Let me tell you now. We could, because I ain't trying to disrespect Bayern Munich. I just have confidence in my team to do what needs to be done against Bayern Munich. But no way do I respect Manchester United. No way am I going to say that I should be dropping points. Not even a point against Manchester United is good enough. No. I'm taking the same energy I took last year into this year. People call me a silly Billy, but I'm doing it. I'm going to Manchester on Friday. I'm bucking Said in that car park, and we're doing our preview. I am not having anything other than I'm trying. I'm trying to look. Actually, no, I can't. I got mob. I got big six.
You only go for the preview and coming back the same day, yeah?
Yeah, I can't even go. I've clocked. I can't even go. Fuck. Because
I should be up there, bro.
I am so desperate for a win at Old Trafford. Front line. I would love to. I would love to be there. Front line, Old Trafford, because I've had enough of this place now. Like I've had enough. Because obviously we're not going to do a
especially this team,
bro.
Yeah.
2013 since we've last beat them. I have had enough of this, bro. They are so bad. We have to dust them. We have to, bro.
Bro, we have to dust them so much that 3 points better be looking like 4 points at the end of the game. Seriously, that's how much you need to.
Saturday is a 6-point game. Don't play with me, no. Chelsea, don't. Flawless. Speak soon. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Let me keep it formal here, because y'all know how I feel about Manchester United. You know what?
Oh, bro.
I
can't see Said after the game all happy and cheerful, bro. I can't. I really cannot see that, bro. He needs to cry. He needs to cry.
Listen. I just don't know what type of voodoo they have over us, yeah, when we go to that place, because we forget how to play football, or our managers forget how to coach, right? Because even in Ten Hag season, we should have gone there and won, yeah. Poch playing Cucurella right back, playing Levi Cole left back, playing Palmer, God knows where, Caicedo in Poch's island. Last year, bro, everyone was shit apart from Caicedo. Yeah, Caicedo saved us again last year, by the way. They ended up scoring first, but Caicedo saved us. Everyone else stunk. Yeah. So this year, bro, listen. I spoke to Lewis yesterday. Lewis was saying, bro, just get me 3 points. However you get me the 3 points, I'll be real. I'll take them. But we're older performance at Old Trafford. I can't remember the last time we went to Old Trafford, yeah, and played well. I can't remember it, bro. You know what I mean? Under Frank Lampard, we went there in his first game. We lost 4-0. Yeah, was it 4-0 or 4-1? I can't remember the scoreline. Yeah?
Don. I'll be real. I'm
Usa.
expecting a 5-0 thrashing over there. I'm expecting 5-0 victory, bro. I need a 5-0. I need a 5-0 against Man United at their home ground, so that they know who they're dealing with, bro, and the rest of the Premier League know as well.
Let me take you back to reality. Let me take you back to reality. So last season,
this is the reality,
bro. No, last season they were just a shite. I had a whole funeral set up. The boys from the break don't remember. I was ready because this is my fixture. This is my fixture, right? And we forgot how to play football. And when you look at the stats, we tend to fumble when we go to Old Trafford. So I'm not even asking for a 5-0. But you see, you man, named Chelsea Football Club, you don't put out a performance and give me a 2-goal, and don't give me a 2-goal victory. I'm imploding and exploding again. I'm losing it.
Javon, every other team gets a 2-0 victory, bro. Like every other team gets a 2-0 victory against them. I'm talking about the way Liverpool absolutely diced and sliced them. I'm talking like that. I don't see any reason why our players. But
you mean Man City?
Now, who was it that beat them 7-0, bro? Who beat
them
7-0?
Yeah. That was at Anfield, I think. But the football gods are not going to give us that. So that, I'm not even thinking about that.
Imagine we demolish Bayern Munich, right? And then we go to a lot lesser performance at United. Bro, I promise you.
Now you're not in reality.
Yeah. Demolish. Yeah. Listen,
I'm just saying. If we
I just need,
and then we lose.
I need wins, and I'm pretty sure if we win, we're gonna play well enough for me to be, for me to be able to praise us a lot in these games. I don't think we're gonna get away with winning these games playing poorly, in my opinion. I think the performance and the result goes hand in hand in these games. If we beat Bayern defensively, we must have done something. We must have done something right? We must have taken our chances. We must have played through the lines well. We must have targeted their weaknesses. And Manchester United, boy, there's no way after 13 years, if we go and win there, we didn't play well. We must have played well. So I'm not worried about the performances in these games, because we're not going to see Hato, Gittins, Buonanotte, all these guys thrown in at the deep end. It's not going to happen. And it's not going to be a deep block in either game. I think Man United and Almiron, the pressure he's under, he has to attack us. He has to attack us. He cannot afford to not win that game as well after what happened in the Manchester derby. And they've got a whole week to prepare. I don't want to hear about tiredness, though. That's the one thing I'm going to say right now. When we go to Manchester United on Saturday, I don't want to hear about tiredness because we played on the Wednesday against Bayern, because we didn't play a lot of these guys on the previous Saturday. And also, this is going to happen a lot. We're going to play 2-3 games a week. So be ready. Don't be tired. Please be ready, because if we're already struggling with that, then we don't have a hope in hell, So it's a longer league phase. That's why the squad needs to be. That's why we've got to be able to trust the depth or the options that we've signed, because they're going to potentially be needed. But that doesn't mean the results should be taking a hit. You have to win whilst making changes, whilst making rotations. You have to still win games.
I agree. And I think we can. All right, let's do the super chats. Mr. Chelsea, thank you. Losses versus Bayern and United incoming. You guys know? No, we don't know. No. And you call yourself Mr. Chelsea?
With Drogba on your head, bro.
With Drogba on your head, and bro.
Yeah, but he's saying we don't have Drogba anymore. We got
João Pedro now.
He said we got Gu.
We got Pedro, man. Hey, and if Gil comes on from our bags,
Don. You know the repercussions if this doesn't work out for Gu, right?
Oh yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, no. Listen, if you're not gonna give man the game time, I'm still gonna be banging that drum. I'm still gonna be banging that drum, bro.
You can bang that drum, but boy, the echo is gonna be crazy because ain't nobody gonna hear shit. Ain't nobody gonna hear shit.
Hey man, hey.
Matisse said he's coming for you, Dom, bro. He's coming for you.
Bro,
You sold me the Q vision, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, you're playing with my future. Because I'm seeing us sign every under 21 striker whilst this guy's on the books, and I'm telling you, this is easy profit for Clear Lake.
Done.
5 million fee.
Done.
Easy
Done.
profit.
I'm not delusional enough to think that he might not get flipped. Like I know that's the reality. That could happen. But I'm just saying right now, as he's here, use him, bro. You know what I mean? Let him show something, bro.
Miz, you know what this is? Dan is in Matisse's David Washington's arc. You know,
I remember Matisse was pushing for David Washington, bro. I don't know what was going on. Why is he pushing for Washington?
Even to this day, where is Washington? To this day,
he's at Chelsea. He's at Chelsea. I think he's at.
Bring him to me.
Have you not seen what's happened to Fofana as well, bruv? That Fofana.
Bring him to me. No. Jatro Fofana's gone to Turkey. He's gone.
He's gone, bro.
Yeah.
That's another one that got more minutes under Potter, man. Way more minutes.
John, thank you so much for the super chat. It's not always Matisse. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Sorry, there's. I'm sorry. Big up Bridgeways, by the way. Great account. But that Cassidy prop on Caicedo's head top, I wasn't going to let it run. You know, I wasn't about to let it run, and it's not. It was almost a shot because it was Felix that brought it to the timeline's attention. I think it was Alex that brought it to the timeline's attention because Felix said something about him being 2-footed, and then someone said, "Oh, well, we don't even need to spend money on Caicedo. We don't even need to spend money on Caicedo. We have Cassidy. If I don't,
oh my
brother, listen,
let
me tell you something right now. People are forgetting that money talks. Money has talked. Whether you like it or not, money has spoken. The players that are the most expensive that we've signed are the ones that we are relying on the most in that midfield. Please respect them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like sometimes you do have to pay for quality, and the quality is clear. Do you know what I mean? That's what proven quality can get you. We saw it at Brighton, we saw it at Benfica. Bob's your uncle, bang, into Chelsea they come. But that's what I'm doing with Washington, because if you remember rightly so, Alex Goldberg was calling Washington the Brazilian Benzema.
That's what they were calling him.
Did you report him, bro? Alex needs to be reported something.
Bringing Benzema. They were saying he plays like Benzema. So that's why I keep bringing these brothers up, because I need to see this Benzema. I need to see this Benzema soon.
Yeah, but he's another one that Poch didn't play either, bro. Poch played him like a couple of times, 2-3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like he didn't trust him.
Oh man.
We didn't see him.
John,
we didn't see him in the piece.
Yeah, it's peak.
John, thank you so much for the super chat. It's not always possible to defend as a unit, bro. Defenders are bound to be isolated at times. That's the problem. No, I get that. But the idea is, even when you're in that isolated situation, you've got to deal with I feel like Tosin could have done a lot. Like he needs to, even when he's isolated, he needs to be able to push Shade away from taking a shot. Like, you don't necessarily need to be...
Keep him wide.
Yeah, keep him wide, bro. Is that too much to ask for? Keep him wide. And then, Wesley Fofana can come and help out if time permits. And
that's what I said earlier in the show. You need the best of both worlds. The defensive structure to be good, but better defenders that can defend isolate when isolated 1v1.
100%.
True. And I've always said that is a flaw at the moment in our team. Asa, thank you so much, my man. We dropped 4 points without playing Arsenal or Spurs.
Oh, he means London.
So, yeah, in London.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Like,
I guess he's saying if we were going to drop 4 points, let it be against one of the big 6 teams.
Yeah, we shouldn't have 8 points.
We should beat
those fixtures.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro, it's
now,
it's too early.
Yeah,
you know what? We're fifth here, Matisse. The gap between 5th and 2nd is 1 point, bruv.
Yeah, it's early. It's early.
And this weekend,
early.
It's early. Obviously, I'm annoyed that we drop points, yeah. But this weekend, Arsenal are playing Man City, yeah. Liverpool are playing obviously Everton at home. I think they'll deal with them. Are Arsenal playing away? Arsenal playing away in this game, or are they playing at home?
Home.
They're playing at home. They'll probably win that game. But let's say they drop points, yeah, and we win our game against United. Again, it's changed. The table's changed, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's way too early, man.
And what's to say when we meet Arsenal and Spurs, we're not going to beat them? Like, what's to say that?
Yeah, we'll take 3 points from them. What's there?
Yeah,
Tottenham home and away is what we do. Arsenal away, boy.
Yeah, well,
that's the kind of place I'll take a point. But it's a London derby, so I probably will change my mind when we get to it and say I want to win.
Exactly. I always want to win. Dan, thank you so much. Sign kids and give them a platform. 2 or 3 players that are not considered an investment portfolio is not a big ask. We look naive and had Tyreek up front, 2 bill, and we are a development club. Okay, first of all, is it really 2 bill now? Like, is it? What happened to that 1.5, 1.3? Where's this 2 bill?
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, we've let go of a lot of players as well in this 2 bill. And yes, okay, we've got Tyreek George up front, but that wasn't the case. It was meant to be João Pedro and Dilap up front. Do you know what I mean? And we can't be doing these circles like where, oh, why don't we have a top-notch striker? Our owners and our directors, we don't do that here anymore. We're not gonna bring your Harry Kanes, your Gyökeres's. Like, we're just not going to do that. Osimhen, we're not going to do that. And if we do that, it's going to be on our terms. Like, it's not going to be whatever they want. Do you know what I mean? So either you like that or you don't. And right now, I think it's got to a point where you're just going to have to accept that. Dan, once again, thank you. Left wing, striker development and potential 2 bill. Did this guy just repeat the same super chat? And we are doing R&D on critical positions where we are giving platforms. Burn that nonsense. I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. Like, you can't totally say the whole thing is a nonsense anymore. Like,
bro,
you can literally.
I'm sure Dan didn't know who Santos was before. I'm sure Dan didn't know who Gusto was before. I'm sure Dan didn't really watch Palmer before, right? I'm sure Dan didn't really know much about Duran before, and all of a sudden everyone wanted him. Yeah,
I'm sure he didn't rate João Pedro. I'm sure he didn't
really rate João Pedro. Like, bro, they've found some good players that guys didn't really know about like that, and I don't mind that at all. But the left-hand side is the underwhelming part of our window.
Yeah.
Those left-hand side signings is the most underwhelming part for me.
And again, guys, we're critiquing. The reason why we're talking like this in a somewhat critiquing sense is because we can see we're on the verge of doing something. So when we don't bring in the quality, i.e. that left-hand side, i.e. a better goalkeeper, i.e. a better centre-back, we're delaying ourselves from really saying, you know what, we should be winning a league versus competing for a league. These are the small nuances as to why we're speaking how we speak.
There's certain positions that they scout very well, and there's certain positions they've scouted poorly. We shouldn't have as much anarchy we have at centre-back. That's due to poor scouting, because the Monaco brothers are not trusted enough. The left-wing situation, it's been a mess ever since we started, because I've never rated Mudryk, right? But they've scouted great midfielders. They've scouted, I mean, the fullbacks are fine, you know, they're really good, great. The fullbacks are brilliant. Goalkeeper's a bit touchy. I'm hoping on Penders. Esteval, brilliant, right?
Is good.
Yeah, the striker situation, they don't even seem to know what a striker is, potentially, which is a bit, that's a bit concerning, to be honest. It's not even about, funnily enough, the caliber of striker at this point. It's about actually having enough strikers and knowing what a striker is and making sure it's there. Yeah. You got one in the lap, but we always seem to want to have too many 10s and not enough strikers. But we followed exactly the same profile in his last season's options in Cuckoo, Renato Vega, Hato, etc. You know, we stuck to that. What these guys are going to do is they're going to keep taking risks. They're going to keep looking for opportunities. They're going to keep flipping players. Yeah. And we just have to wait, basically, which is, you know, I'm not the most patient because I do want
until one sticks.
But basically, we are waiting for the 1 out of 4 or the 2 out of 4 that actually are good, that actually are the shit, and then they stay because they don't sell their best, which is something I've said before. They don't sell their best players at the moment, which is good. That's the saving grace because if they did start doing that, boy, you know,
Problem.
and then at some point all the positions will get filled. But it is trial and error. A lot of it is he has potential, he has talent, risk. Okay, it didn't work out. Sell, go again, risk until the risks stop being risks. And also, the one thing I will side with the super chat is just remember when we're taking all these risks, we are also taking years off of Cucurella, Palmer, Enzo, Caicedo from winning titles and Champions Leagues. So at some point, they're going to be in their prime. In fact, some of them are already in their prime, right? Because they're forward-thinking players who have pace or in their game or whatever. You're not going to get stronger in the 30s plus. Don't waste my players' times. Do not waste my players' time. Do not waste my manager's time. That's my thing. And
I agree with that.
Don't let me see Arsenal lift the league title when it could have easily been you, but you were just taking too long with your risks. So that's where the frustration comes in from some parts of the fan base, and rightly so. So we do need to get a move on. We do need to get a move on. This is the last season where you can have these excuses of, okay, well, we're not quite there yet, but we made progress into 80 points and we finished third, and we played Champions League for the first time. Next season, I'm not hearing this. Next season, I'm not hearing it. I don't care if it's Encimino's debut season. I don't care if it's Pender's debut season. I don't care if it's
Quenda.
Amiga free, Quenda. I don't care. Make sure that you're surrounding those recalls with players that are ready to go. And there's a lot of players already here ready to go. So no excuses.
No, I agree, man. Look, as I said, there are some things that have been good, and there are other things that we need to be a bit more careful about. Maresca speaks like Ten Hag. You guys will hate poor game tactics. We're playing bad that PSG game long time ago by going to cook us reality kick in. Asad, I'm going to say this to you. If we beat Bayern, I want you to be back next Tuesday. I know you're going to be back, and I want you to comment because what you just did. If we beat Bayern Munich, I want you to think about what you've just said. And come up with something different.
He's got Chelsea are back in the subline of his comments, but he's saying we're gonna get cooked by Bayern. I don't understand what's going on. Asad, he's always in my chat as well, man. Big yourself up.
I'll say this: if we get outplayed by Bayern, then there's a conversation that needs to be had. I can see us losing, but I cannot see us get horrendously outplayed.
No, I agree. Vinush, thank you. Big up to the panel. UCL bundle, UCL third pending update, Charles. Appreciate that. Dan again, replace Jackson with Gu, donkey for a mule. We'll just skip past that because I knew Don's not going to be able to handle that.
This is the disrespect that Maresca's doing right now.
Dan, thank you so much again. Them kids watch comps, a couple of stepovers in Bundesliga and run their mouths on your content. 20-year-old to hold Chelsea's left wing. Burn that. Look, I never said get Gittins, but I still remember that video. I had over 100 comments that were cooking me saying, oh, Miz, you're going to go against what the directors have done, what the scouts have done. And here we are, like only a few months later, and everyone's against Gittins. And I'm trying to say, calm down. He's young. Give him a bit of time. How the roles have reversed. Yeah. Digital Film Reviews. Thank you, Tossin. One of the worst 1v1 defenders I've seen. We too leaky on the counter against an attack like theirs. Thank you, Digital Film Reviews. Brian, thank you. Bring me 3 points versus Manchester. All else is fail. Yeah, that 3 points is a must. Asad, sack that bald fraud. We lose to United, no excuse.
I mean,
wow.
I hear it.
Javon hates mate. He's dropping. Javon hates Man United so much. He'll
sack Maresca.
He'll take this whole club apart brick by brick, like Reece James said. If we don't beat Man United.
So Nizar said Lavia and Badia Shaw are in open training this morning. Lavia and Badia Shaw, they're both training.
Hopefully they turn the Allianz Arena into an open training as well. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine we just see Lavia start. Imagine we just see Lavia start Wednesday.
I wouldn't even be happy. I wouldn't even be happy because then I know Lavia is going to be injured for Manchester United.
Facts.
Oh, yeah, he could start against United.
Could start like you could make a case for him there as well. So Lavia needs to stay fit.
That's true.
Lavia and Fofana need to stay fit because I'm at the end of my tether this season.
Yeah.
I'm at the end. I can. You know when you're going. You know when in school. You know you're going to switch.
Matisse is talking like a father now. He's talking like a father.
Someone's going to switch. You can tell. Someone's going to switch. There's you're sitting in the class. There's an argument going on, and someone goes dead silent in that argument. You're like, yeah, he's going to switch. He's going to switch. He's going to switch. That's me right now.
He's going to hit me now.
I'm going to switch in a minute. Whether it's not their fault they're injury prone, but at the same time, it's not our fault as fans either. We need to be competing, and I cannot have two passengers that are not able to contribute season in, season out. Reece James has recovered himself. You two must follow suit. Yeah. If you cannot, loan deals and then build up fitness and bring me replacements because I can't. I would say sell, but you probably won't get good money for some of these guys right now. I need breathing room in the squad to see clearly, to see who's available and who's not. So if you're not available, you need to move. You need to go out on loan.
Agreed, man. Yeah. Rodolfo, thank you. Go on, bro.
I don't ask so much in this football game, you know, because I'm a fairly logical guy. If we play well enough, we should win, and if we can scumbag a win, we can. And I'll take my losses. But this is a message to the football gods and anyone who supports me or Chelsea out there. A Garnacho winner against Manchester United. Please. I'm not asking for much.
Shit.
Let Garnacho score the winning goal. Or let us score a winning goal off the cutbacks. And I promise I won't ask for nothing else.
I need him to sit on one of those banners, bro. I need him to sit down, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'll do Adebayo and run to the away end, bro. You know what I'm saying? Run to the away end, yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean, bro? Hey, Garnacho. This is what I'm saying, bro. Hey, Biz, I'm telling you, bro, it's nearly a 4-hour drive to get to Manny, and I'm sitting there. I'm like 90% going. I'm like, I've got PTSD, but I love this club too much, bro. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, man. This is the thing. Bro.
You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Rodolfo, thank you, my man. How did you get away from the Chelsea moniker? I guess you win some trophies, and everyone forgets the success is nothing more than the cash injection via billionaires. Your City only 5 to 7 years prior, fraudulent. I don't even understand this. Is he talking about Roman or something?
I understand perfectly, and this is what I say much like on other panel shows. Corruption is sweet sometimes, you know. Corruption is needed, and that's fine. We take it and we move. That's all I say.
Sometimes we just got to say
as long as it's us doing the corruption. Is that what
yes, sir, because we do it properly.
I know you've seen that. I know you've seen that video of that African guy, innit? Have you seen it? I know what he's talking about.
I know what he's talking about. Corruption is bad unless it is us doing the corruption.
Correct.
Then it's fine.
Then it's fine. Felix, thank you. Higher chance of beating Bayern than Brentford. That might be true, you know. That's actually true. Dan, Matisse articulated it. Love you all too. Brilliant. All right, well, that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to each and every one of you guys that has tuned in. It's been a long show. Appreciate that. It had to be honest, with Bayern Munich coming up in the Brentford game. Smash up the like button, ladies and gentlemen, and subscribe to each and every one of us in the description. Matisse, bro, Champions League, you doing any watch-alongs? Watching any of it? Or?
Not today because I'll be out. But tomorrow, obviously, I'm covering our game, and then Thursday I'm covering Newcastle versus Barca and City versus Napoli. I think Arsenal at Bilbao is a formality for me. I'll be real. I'm not gonna do a live for that because I'm probably gonna be disappointed with the outcome. So I'm not gonna waste my energy on that. It's too early in the Champions League to start hating anyway. But
what's that brother's name from Atletico Bilbao? What's his name?
Nico Williams.
Nico Williams.
Nico Williams.
Nico Williams.
Is he available? Is he gonna play or?
Let me see.
I mean, he played against them in preseason. Stunk of shit, man. They played them in preseason, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what though? With their defense right now, their options in defense, I don't think he's enough. I really don't. I don't think he's enough.
It is.
But yeah, and then then I'll be doing the preview of Said. Like I said, I'll go to Manchester on Friday after the Champions League's done and Big Six is done. Go do the preview of Said in the car park. That'll be a lot of fun.
In the car park, bro. In the car park.
Yeah, in the car
Javon,
park.
bro, what's coming up, bro?
Like, share, subscribe, find out the podcast. I am currently uploading a UCL nights video, UCL returns, where we do a Champions League preview. We talk about everything Champions League. That's with me, Flawless, and Goonie. Bit of banter there. So we talk about everything Champions League and that should be out within the next hour. My internet's a bit shaky. Champions League, that Bayern Munich, a review will be out. Because yes, I'm doing reviews again. Let's hope it doesn't get depressing like last season where I have to stop. And my show will be dropping the sideline view where we talk about everything Chelsea from a league perspective and everything Chelsea based. Should be out on Wednesday, so you can check that out. And that Manchester United review on Saturday will be out. Let's hope it's not an anarchy and I can actually come with what I have planned if we win. Might be a preview with Flawless, and I'm on the United Chelsea show. That's on the Sarcasm City TV and the Yardman podcast on Saturday. So it's a very busy schedule for me. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Road to 2,000, then 3,000, then 10,000, and we move.
Very, very busy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys subscribe to Javon. Link is in the description. Don, I know you're going to Man United. What are you doing for the Bayern Munich game, bro? You going to be traveling to Germany as well, bro?
Oh, no, I'm not going. My cousin's going, actually. He's lucky, man.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's a little bit too late for me now. But yeah, people, listen, look out for the review tomorrow after the game, as usual. I'm going to do like another live on Thursday, just reviewing the game in a bit more detail. Obviously, there's more Champions League games on Thursday, innit? So probably just do a little review of like Wednesday and Tuesday games. Friday, I need to shout Saeed and Staffy, actually, because I want to do a preview of them as well for the game. And then, yeah, Saturday should be going up there, man. Should be going up there for the game. So there'll be more in real life. Big up CB in real life streams and whatnot. I'll be with Alex and them lot up there as well. So they'll be in the streams and that, the vlogs and that. But yeah, big up, man. Just look out. There's a lot of content coming, people. Now we're playing Wednesday nights, Tuesday nights again, man. So there's gonna be a lot of content. And yeah, the Blue Diaries yesterday was good. That was a fiery one. Jimmy's back on the panel, people. So make sure that you don't tune in for that one, man.
Nice. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us till the end. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we shall see you guys same time, same place next week. Hopefully we got a lot to talk about.
Peace.
Bye.
We will.